Hello, and welcome back to the next episode of my playthrough of Jurassic World Evolution. Last one we got our first few dinosaurs out and running, which is all nice and dandy. But yeah, let's go ahead and just keep doing some more research. Let's check everything we can get. So, electric fences will be nice, but not necessary at the moment. Increase success rate is nice. You know what? Yeah, I am actually going to. Let's research the higher success rate, as it will help in the future, no less. And then also, enclosures. So, what I'm going to likely need to do, shrink this up a little bit. Whoops, didn't mean to do that, my bad. Boom. Anyways, enclosures. So Hammond Creation Lab. Perfect. Right there. And now we go like this. Delete these few paths. And then what I can try to do. How do I toggle curve? There we go. So, I come to enclosures and add well, first off, let's go ahead to clear out some of this, just so I have an idea of what I'm working with a little bit better. Awesome, and then demolish this. Okay, so let's try and do this so we can maximize our viewing. So we place it right about there. And then we have make sure that connects. And now all we gotta do, come here, let's make, not remove, but add watering hole right there. And then if we add a whole bunch of forests, awesome.
This contract has just come in. I'm giving you first shot at it.
Right, and now you need to be connected. Awesome. Let's just get rid of all these old paths for now. But we go to research team, something I do like doing, at least for these facilities. I gotta give that a second. Okay. not? Alright, fine. Connected. But, so sell a Triceratops with 55 attack. So I forget, how do I go for the top down view? There we go. So, come in here to stats, or in. So let's go ahead, slightly unmodify him. And we want, what is it? Sell a Triceratops with 55 attack. So if we can incubate this guy, his attack is 59. So let's get him up and going. Ooh, but the ping. But yes, also when it comes to them, so as you can see, the farther in their reputation you reach, the different bonuses you will find. Oh no. Well, that just means we lost all the money we spent into raising
I never said bringing back dinosaurs was gonna be easy.
Sad, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and do the Edmontosaurus then. But what is our profit? Sitting around 50,000. That's good. Usage high. So what I'll do is I'll set it to a higher number, and then if I notice it gets used more and more, then I will drop its usage just a tad. Awesome. This enclosure might end up not being big enough, but what I can do is extend it out again. Boom. And if I have to adjust some things when I have them come in, that's fine. Gate, gonna have to wait. Gate, wait. But something I do want to put in is increasing success rate. It does cost a little bit more power, but now if I go to hatch the Triceratops, it's up to a 91% success rate, which should have done that before incubating the last one, but it is what it is. So be it. And then what's our park shelter coverage is at 90. Good. You want to make sure that you have optimal coverage with your shelters in case a dinosaur breaks out, or in future islands there will be severe weather storms, and you just want to make sure your guests have significant safety. But here comes the expedition. Awesome. Uno, dos, and sell. Awesome. So now if we go into here, we'll send them back out. Let's do Strythiomimus. Let's get all the ones that we have unlocked to be explored. Ooh, a Youngosaurus. Okay. But we'll wait. We will wait before we get too much farther ahead of ourselves. You know what? What is your attack chains? You're only 48, and you are also 48. So, what we can do to get this task just done to get more money is send the ACU to go tranquilize him. Which means let's actually get over here. Modify, and just get ready to have a new one ready when we need. Awesome. So right now, he's being tranquilized. Awesome. And then transport, sell the dinosaur. Boom! Yes, so let's drop this to 14. And then once he is sold, we should be able to incubate him right back in. No idea where we sell them to, but alas.
Asset transportation in progress.
So, I wasn't paying close enough attention, but we should. Either we already got the money for it, or we will be getting it shortly. Oh, we just got it. Cool. So let's go ahead, incubate,
A dinosaur with that gene trait could be a handful for
release.
its new owners.
Awesome.
I hope they're up to the task.
Transmission incoming. Security. Here we go. So let's go ahead and
Lambert
get him
here.
going.
I've got a new assignment that I think is perfect for your skill set. Give it a once over,
So,
then
reload,
know if you're
research, ACU reload. So, building upgrades, asset containment unit, and reload speed. Boom.
glad to have you on board. As you can imagine, the animals in the various facilities are constantly probing for weaknesses in our security systems. They're smarter and
let's
more
research
devious than
more
people give them
into
credit
him.
for.
Come here.
But I refuse to underestimate
That's
their
getting
capabilities.
researched. Good.
That's why I'm always testing and evaluating our security protocols and barriers. This is where you come in.
What?
I've got to give this guy Lambert his due. He actually
How
sees
he
these
fail
animals as
again,
both
you
opportunity
bugger.
and threat.
Oh well.
I'm gonna need you to extract enough DNA from fossils to incubate and hatch a dinosaur. This is the first phase of this mission. Carry on.
You know what? Yeah. Let's
Okay.
sell this
Next,
for
you'll need to
now.
incubate the animal in a Hammond creation laboratory before releasing and housing it in an enclosure. You'll also want to make sure
Increase.
we've got an ACU
Boom.
presence on this island.
So Edmontosaurus. Let's just get no cosmetics available. Okay. Resilience and lifespan. Boom. Let's release or incubate, sorry. And I'm assuming it's also going to want me to add ACU reload speed to that, so let's just go ahead and do it. And let's actually go ahead, remove, and remove. So now we shouldn't be wasting as much energy. There we go. Perfect. Perfectamongo. But yes, now we're just waiting for things to happen. Hopefully this guy doesn't die, just like Triceratops seems determined to. And let's see if we can't start incubating him a friend. Perfect. Perfect. General rule of thumb is you always want to have at least 2 of a dinosaur, except for the ones that don't get along and play well with each other. Which we'll be getting into that once we start having carnivores. Expedition's back. Perfect. Let's see what they have for me. I know, dinosaur rating is low. Facility rating's pretty high, but poor variety.
I'm Claire Deering, and I've been on these islands
Let's go
before.
ahead.
On Isla
Release our
Nublar, I made some mistakes,
Edmontosaurus.
and I've tried to set them right.
Awesome.
I believe in what we're doing, and I believe in these dinosaurs.
Big new boy. But yes, as you can tell by the perspective to the background, the size of these guys in comparison to humans.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Right. This next bit is gonna sound a little crazy because frankly, it is. But we are gonna encourage one of the dinosaurs to breach our containment grid. We'll then react and see if our procedures and personnel are up to the challenge.
Yes. So at this point, I'd like to take back everything I just said about this guy.
But let's go ahead. Open this shelter.
Adding task.
Okay, we have our runner. Time to tag him and bag him. We're using less than lethal, but remember, that dinosaur doesn't know this is just supposed to be a drill. So watch your back.
And let's
While I
release his
understand the
friend.
need to keep our security as sharp as possible, this is not the
And
way
then
I
let's
would
go
about
ahead
doing
and
it.
close
You have a
this
problem with
shelter.
how we keep you
Boom.
safe, Doctor. I'm happy to discuss it at a later time. Right now, we have our hands full.
This dinosaur, the Edmontosaurus, was originally uncovered at a site in Canada. I'll let you guess where. The T-Rex thinks these are delicious, and who's to argue?
But there we go. Have him transported back in here. Let's drop this to 12 minutes. Just so that they are getting adequate food. And there's Edmontosaurus number 2.
asset delivered.
Awesome. And that is that mission done. Perfect. Now, Storm Defense Station.
And that's the
Don't
job finished.
need to
True or
worry about
swear?
that on this map because
Thing
they
is,
don't really
we're
get
still learning
storms
where
on
our
this
boundaries
island.
are when it comes to keeping these
Thankfully.
animals under control. God
Now,
knows they're working
I
out
can
ways
go
to
back
exploit
to
our weaknesses. Guess we'll find out who gets to the limits of our abilities first. Us or them. Ever vigilant.
And that's always been the challenge of the Jurassic industrial complex.
Now, if we go here,
Exploitation versus security. The immense potential for profit and for
Contracts.
violence.
let's try and get another one with Isaac.
You've done good work in the past. That's why I know you are perfect for this contract.
Awesome. And let's also get a fast food restaurant going. Why not? Boom. And honestly, what I should be doing, let's add that there, but delete that one. Boom. Ça va bien, monsieur, ça va bien. Okay. Now, how much is it to incubate this guy? 550. Okay.
This is our new fast food restaurant.
Alright, fossils. Let's sell that one. Yes, I'm sure. We're at 63,000 per minute. Awesome. Now what I am going to do is go ahead, drive out to this enclosure, and see if we can get a decent photo of all these folks. $14,000. Awesome. And let's resubscribe.
You took this photo all by yourself, huh?
Awesome. Now we should be slowly getting to have more people, more money, almost have enough. Actually, what I want to do is increase this success rate as well, because I do not want any reason for this good boy to die. So let's just maximize success rate. Boom. Awesome. Okay. Guest 19 and guest 54. Cool. And once that hits 55, we will get our first Ceratosaurus underway. Awesome. Cool. I'm gonna skip over this part because it's just waiting for him to come alive. Let's go ahead and cut back to releasing our new Strythiomimus. Maxed out with all the modifications we can have. I do love the skin tone on him. Oh boy.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome the Strythiomimus to the park.
We are pleased to welcome you to the park. Welcome, little one. And let's go here. Triceratops, Strythio, and Cell. Awesome, and this guy should be almost done incubating. Hoo hoo hoo. We go to enclosures, food. Let's go to just the carnivore feeder needs 250. Okay. But we can get the feeder ready for him in a second. Let's go ahead and get our first carnivore. Boom. Out he comes. Hello there, big boy.
A carnivore, I see.
Okay.
This time, a ceratosaurus.
So a little bit
There
more
are distinctive spines that run down its
grassland,
back,
so let's-
and a bladed horn on its head. Just what you don't want to run into when you're out there alone, or in a group.
You never let your foot off the gas until that contract crossed the finish line.
Alright. Make sure, yeah, we want to make sure he has well enough. And let's
I don't know if your schedule's free, but this contract
add
looks too good to be true.
a carnivore feeder
Okay,
right
that might
here.
be hyperbole, but still, no harm in checking it out.
And let's increase its dispatch time to 18, because there's only the one guy. Apply Ranger Reload. So let's research that. Boom. Ranger Reload Speed. Awesome. So, reach 2 stars, so 8 dinosaurs. Awesome. Okay. Perfect. Make sure you're all happy, buddy. See what it looks like from the guest POV. Whew. I think that's a little too close for comfort with that big guy. But let's also go ahead. Smooth that out. So people have a clear view of him. So now if we come here, yeah. Take a look at his dumpy. Recording! What's up? Yeah, just give me a sec. Let's go ahead, send out another expedition team just to finish it off. But yes, and that will be ready for the next episode, but I will probably be ending this one here. So we got some Edmontosauruses, we finished the security team's objective, and we have our very first carnivore. Hello there, buddy. But yeah, if you guys are enjoying this series as of so far, please leave a like, subscribe if you keep coming back. But I will leave this episode of the series right here. And with that, I will see all of you in the next one. Goodbye.